Well, Franklin, what are your thoughts on leaving this congregation that you've been with for almost 4 years? I kind of get a feeling from hearing your sermon, but
it's going to be difficult. I mean, these are fine. This is a fine congregation. A lot of times you hear pastors complain about things that happen within the church, and the fact of the matter is that this church was a blessing to me, and it's going to be a blessing to the next person that they call to be their pastor. I have grown as a pastor, and I have felt loved here. Have there been challenges? Well, yes. Any type of job that you work in, there's going to be challenges, and especially in ministry, because of the nature of ministry, there are going to be challenges. But this congregation was definitely a blessing.
Do you feel like you talked about how in your upcoming position in Stillwell, I believe it is?
Yes.
That God is using you, and you think that God had a particular purpose in bringing you here to Greensburg?
Yeah, unity. And again, I don't know why he chose me to champion this cause of unity within the church, and speaking about it and using more unifying language, addressing issues in the world today, racial issues, political issues, but doing it using language that is unifying and not separating.
Were you kind of nervous because you had been used to urban, predominantly African-American congregations, and here you were in a rural, mostly white congregation? What were your thoughts on that? Did that make you nervous, and how did it change you?
No, I wasn't nervous. I was scared. It's a difference. Because I didn't want to rock the boat. Especially the first few years here, I had a good thing going. And now here God is saying, nope, you got to speak to these issues and help people to understand. But my language and my demeanor is not one that is angry. And so I think maybe that's part of the reason God used me, is because I could say things in a way that people were willing to hear me and accept what I was saying.
Yeah. When I see you at the pulpit and I see you interacting with the members of the church, it's like there's no difference at all.
And I think that's what God is trying to get us to understand, that we might be different colors, we might have slightly different doctrine, we might have different politics, but we're all still children of God.
That's a very heartwarming message, something to take to heart. And I guess the biggest change that you had while you were here was that you and Makiba became parents to 3 boys.
Yes. Yes, that was a major change in our life. We went from just being us to being 5 of us. But that has been a blessing as well.
And how do you think that was part of your purpose in being here, that you would find these children who needed parents and that you would adopt them?
Absolutely, without a doubt. If we don't come here, we don't get our boys, because our boys were what you call Kansas only adoptions, so you had to live in the state of Kansas. And they're not ours. They're not in our house if God doesn't send us here, and we don't answer that call.
And how has it changed you being a parent?
Oh, my goodness. One thing, I don't think people realize how naturally selfish we are.